Wyoming's best adventure starts in Wind River Country, located in western Wyoming, just beyond Yellowstone National Park and the Grand Teton Mountains. Wind River Country is the place to go to get away from the crowds, unplug, unwind, and find room to roam. Wyoming's Wind River Country, Yellowstone's unique neighbor.
Hey, this is Wyoming's Wind River Country, Yellowstone's unique neighbor. I'm Charene, the Adventure Queen, and boy, are we on an adventure. We were actually going to record this outside, but the wind is whipping. It's 8 degrees. I have John Bass with me with Wyoming State Parks. John, how are you?
Good, doing good. Winter's here in Wyoming.
It is, yeah. I was just outside. I could barely make it down to the ice, let alone walking across to get to one of the huts over there. I'd love to interview a few ice fishers, so hopefully I'll do that when they're bringing in some stuff to weigh in and some prizes are doled out at the B&K. Sounds like that's a good spot to be, right?
Yeah, either there or where we're at here at Boysen Marina. Yeah. You can check them in at either place. And,
yeah, awesome.
And both places have refreshments and food and hot coffee, whatever you need. Hot coffee today.
Yeah, on a day like today. John, what do you do with state parks?
So I am the park superintendent for Boysen State Park. I've
awesome.
Been here for 8 years this month. Originally worked for Tennessee State Parks, and then seems like a lifetime ago I did work a summer for Yellowstone National Park back in 2001. So ended up back out west and really enjoy it. Love all the wintertime stuff like ice fishing at Boysen.
Isn't Boysen such a cool, interesting piece of water?
The first time I saw it, I was not looking to move out west, and I don't know, it just struck a chord with me. It's a cool place. I love living here, love living in Wyoming. When, like you just said earlier, we were talking about there is stuff to do in the winter in Wyoming. Back in Tennessee, it rains or it's mud. We were back home for the holidays, and I think we were there for 8 days, and I never saw the sunshine. It was cloudy every day, and I was like, I got to get back to Wyoming where we don't have many clouds.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about Wind River Country is we get a lot of sunshine. Even on days like today, we just had the wind whip through, but look out the window, John, getting the sunshine back, right?
Yep, it's starting to peak out after this winter storm. This is the first real winter storm we've had of the 24-25 winter seasons. So it was a little late getting here, but I think that was okay with everybody.
Plenty of ways to be able to enjoy Wyoming and Wind River Country in the winter, and Boysen is one of many pieces of water that we have for winter recreation. Talking a little bit about ice safety, because it was hit and miss there. We had a really warm trend there, which of course is not good for ice fishing, but we got hit with that cold snap. And now, what do you think the ice depth is in most areas?
It changes. It'll be deeper on the south end of the lake. It always freezes up first, and the ice creeps its way north. Shallower water down there opposed to the deeper water up here. We were doing some ice rescue training with our dry suits and stuff just last week, just here next to the marina, and it was 10 to 12 inches thick already here. And when we got cold this winter, it did take a while. Most of the time, all of the lake will be frozen somewhere around Christmas Day. But it was after the first of the year before Boysen shut its eye for the winter, as we call it, that finally froze over. Of course, we always tell people, we get a lot of people that call us and say, what's the ice conditions? Ice is never 100% safe to be on. It is an unpredictable thing. But we did, from what I saw the other day, in the spot that we were at, it's very good, clear, hard ice this year. Sometimes when the lake starts freezing up, it'll freeze up and it'll get 2 or 3 inches thick, and then we'll have a wind like we've got today, and it'll bust it back up, and then it'll refreeze, and they call that puck ice. And it's not, you really want it when the lake starts freezing, we like for it to be real calm, and as the colder weather stays consistent, and it will get good, clear, hard ice. You want, the clearer the ice, the stronger it is. Yeah, we always tell people to be super, super careful and check the ice as they progress out onto the lake. Always do that.
When you're looking at that ice, clearer ice is more safe than that foggy, cloudy ice, because it obviously has those layers built up, right?
Yeah. If it's cloudy, it's not as strong as it would be otherwise. So you can't ever say you can walk on it a certain inches or drive on it at certain inches. It's dependent on the structure of the ice itself. So always use extreme caution on the ice.
I think that's safe too, and especially with folks who are visiting the area. You see a lot of those things on social media, this certain amount of ice can hold this, but I think what you're talking about is
it's out of caution.
So much better. Coming from Tennessee, have you found this area to be really welcoming?
Oh yeah. Out here, all the wide open spaces, all the public land, the lake like Boysen is, but it's all over the mountains. Me and my family, we ski and ice fish and cross-country ski and do all kind of stuff in the winter because there is winter sports. And then in the summer, it's boating, it's hiking, it's fishing in the mountains. And it's just, for an outdoors person, it's I don't think it could get any better. But
And the people are so welcoming too.
Definitely.
It's just a good
Of course, it don't
place.
take long for me to be talking to somebody and they say, "You're not from around here," and they're like, "Where are you from?" And I'll say, "Shoshone," and they'll look at me funny, and I'll say, "South Shoshone," and they'll laugh. But now, very welcoming people out here, and I've made some really. I've made lifelong friends out here and some friends that are like family. So it's a good place to live for sure.
What are some of the improvements and things that the state parks wants to do here at Boysen?
We've done several already. We've added to Tough Creek Campground. We've got the cabins that are heat and aired in Upper Wind River Campground, which are very popular. We got 3 of those down there. We added a campground down on the very south end of the lake at Lakeside. We've got the infrastructure of that built, and it's usable, but we've got a well down there already, but we've got to add water hydrants. And hopefully within the next 5 to 10 years, we'll start seeing some electrical sites get added to the park. It's a huge request for us is to add some electrical sites. You get a lot of requests for that. Some of our infrastructure, like up at Upper and Lower Wind River Campground, our retired engineer several years ago said that the infrastructure wouldn't hold up. So that might be something to address. But it's on the books. We're looking at doing it. And just trying to keep the docks in good shape for the boaters and stuff like that, and keep the bathrooms clean. And we've got a lot of people ask us, how many bathrooms you got? We have the vault toilet, and we've got 33 around the park. And the park's huge. A lot of people, including the west side, if I drive around the park one time, it's about a 100-mile trip in a day. Yeah. So people that know from here to Cottonwood and back and everywhere, that's a pretty good trip.
33 toilets, huh?
33 vault toilets.
Trivia knowledge right there.
Yeah, 33 vault toilets at Boysen State Park.
I think that's important for people to know that there's a lot of accommodations like that, because sometimes you do go to places and that's hit and miss.
So,
well, great.
And we're open year-round. We get that question a lot. When you close your campgrounds, we leave them open year-round. With the snow and the wind and the drifts, it might be hard to park a camper in some of them. But I'm sure there's campers in Tough Creek right now.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah, and wall tents and stuff that I've seen before. Let's talk real quick about what people need, though, to do that, because, of course, you need your fishing license. Always make sure you have your fishing license, whether you're a resident or non-resident. But also, when you come to a state park, there's passes as well.
So we have a day use fee and then an overnight fee. So if you're just here for the day and fishing or whatever, recreating, then you'll just need a day use fee. And residents, it's $7, and you can get residents can get an annual day use fee for $48 a year, and that covers you for the whole year. Sticker put on your windshield, you're good to go. That's less than half a tank of gas for a big truck anymore. Then we offer a overnight fee for residents is $10 per night, so it's $17, and plus the tax is $18.25 a night for residents. And then for residents, we offer a annual overnight, which is $80 per year for your first vehicle. So for $128 a year, you can camp and day use at Boysen. During the summer, we do have several of our campsites that are reservation only, but we still do have a whole lot of first come, first served sites scattered around the park as well.
And in order to use the reservation sites, you need the reservation.
Yes, and that's from May 1st to September 30th. To make a reservation on the sites, you can go online and get that. And the annual passes you can buy online as well, or there's a few vendors that sell them.
All right, John Bass, last question. Although I feel like the answer should be bass, but it's probably not going to be. What is your favorite fish to catch on Boysen?
Oh, on Boysen. I do not. I love to fish, love to hunt, but I don't consider myself a purist of any single fish species. I just like to have something on the other end of the line. I grew up bass fishing in Tennessee a lot, and cat fishing and stuff like that. And if I catch a carp out on the lake, it's a heck of a fight. Fun to catch. I've seen people get mad because they caught a carp. The fight was good. Throw him back. I don't know. I like to catch something I've never caught before. I've never caught a real good perch. That's on my list out of Boysen. And that's funny. That's one of the smaller ones out there. But
the world record perch.
The state record come out of Boysen. We have several state records out of here. But
we have had world record fish.
We know
that.
Yeah,
you know this.
The old white sucker himself. Yep, their world records
from right here in Wind River country.
Yeah, just right there. I won't tell exactly where he caught it, but it come off of Boysen State Park.
Yep.
And I think we've got 5 state records that come out of the lake. So if you judge the reservoir for fishing quality by state records, Boysen's number 1 in the state of Wyoming. We hold more records than any other single place. So it's a lot of fun. Come on out.
Something we hang our hat on.
Yes.
For sure. All right. Well, we're going to continue chatting. We'll chat with Rich in Georgia with the marina. I'm hoping to get some people at the weigh-in and parties and the prize giveaway at the B&K. So, John, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate all the work that you guys do here. I can't wait to see this waterway continue to thrive. And I hope more people visit and utilize it and respect it the way we do.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
All right. It's a cold day. I'm inside where it's warm. The refreshments are being poured, coffee or adult beverages. You take your pick. I'm here at the Boysen Marina, and I'm with Rich.
Mittlesdorf.
owner of the marina, and we were just talking about this being a ma and pa style place. His wife is cooking in the back. It's a little chilly out there. I expect you're going to have a few people that want to come inside today.
Come in for some warm beverages, hopefully.
Ice fishing, winter activities, there's a lot that Wind River Country offers. How long have you been in the area?
We've owned this for the last 6 years.
And you've lived here for a little...
20 plus years.
Yeah. Winter activities, sometimes not for the faint of heart.
That's correct.
Like today?
Today.
I said, what a day to record a podcast, but I love inviting folks into the elements too. And we got some wind. It's about 8 degrees. I think that's without wind chill though,
Yes.
Rich.
We won't even talk wind chill.
We start really hunkering down. What are we expecting, 15 below tomorrow?
That's what I heard.
Yeah. You know, the weather's not always like this. And so when folks come to the area and visit, there's still a lot to do in the winter.
In the winter, this is our one big event we have, this fishing derby, every year.
Every year this time of year, correct? As long as there's ice.
Yes.
We were a little hit and go there for a minute.
We were a little nervous that we weren't going to have ice, but what ice we have is pretty good.
And then we got a nice, cool, cold snap, and here we are. Ice, still a couple of questionable spots.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're telling everybody, please use caution.
So when you get people who aren't from the area who are visiting, a lot of questions about ice safety, I imagine.
No, they want to know where the fish are biting.
You want to know that too, but
I had about 8 from Gillette yesterday, and we had some in here this morning getting minnows. They were from Evanston. We're getting a lot of folks from that area.
Yeah, I do find that people don't realize what we have to offer in the winters, and we do have a lot of folks that come here to visit. We also have a lot of locals that partake in ice fishing and other winter activities.
and if when the weather's nice, a lot of people just drive out here for the drive and eat lunch. Visitors.
So you guys have lived in the area for 20 plus years. You've owned the marina now for 6 years. This is your big ice fishing derby. What kind of sizes of fish do people normally pull in?
We have some registered as of yesterday. I think the biggest is close to 4 pounds on a rainbow trout.
Oh, nice.
The walleyes that have been turned in, just over 2 pounds.
One was more close to 3, but
Was it?
Yeah. But there's all kinds of fish that can catch ling, trout, walleye,
Perch,
crappie,
crappie.
and crappie. And there's a prize for the littlest fish too. People from all over look forward to the ice fishing tournaments and stuff, and they're still out here. Locals and some people from out of town are out here during the week when it's less crowded.
There are ways to stay warm. Some people have their little shanties that are pop-up. I always fished out in the open, ice fished. Yep. So when I started being able to go into a shanty in a place that had some covering, I felt really blessed. And Wyomingites, they still sit out in the cold. You know?
They do.
Yeah.
That's how we grew up. We used to go with my dad ice fishing, and he'd sit there right by his hole, and us kids would shovel off a spot on the lake and put our ice skates on. We'd be out there for hours and hours.
Yeah. Do you think people need a lot of gear when they come here to ice fish, or they need those kinds of things like a shanty and a hut or a place to warm up?
On days like today, it's highly recommended.
Days like today, you're in here.
Exactly.
When the sun's out and say it's 15 below zero, you feel warmer just because the sun is out and you don't get cold as fast.
Do you guys offer any accommodations for folks here in the area, or do you know of any that if people do want to come to visit to do some ice fishing or winter activities?
We have camping. We got guys camping down here right now. They came in yesterday and they put their tip-ups out, and
You guys offer propane and things of that.
propane, gas.
Helps.
We have a full-service boat shop. Actually, we just finished up a boat last week, one of the last ones for the season.
Okay.
So a lot of people like their boats wrapped. We're a bait dealer. That's the biggest thing lately is everybody comes here to get minnows.
We want to make sure that you do buy your whatever bait it is, but in particular live bait from a person on the water you're going to be fishing, and that's commercial because it's all vetted.
That's correct.
Yeah. Georgia, do you like to ice fish?
Yeah, I like fishing.
Yeah. Walleye fishing? Some great...
I'm not picky.
Well, she catches all the
You've
fish.
got a good one. We offer a lot of fishing, obviously, here in the state, but in Wind River Country in particular. So please reach out to the folks at Boysen Marina. Rich would be glad to chat with you, glad to set you up with some good information. Without telling too much information, isn't that such a battle? Because we used to work in a fly shop, Rich, and people would get so mad at you if you told.
Yeah.
But you had a hard time because people come in and say where to go.
Yep.
Every day, all day. What do you say?
Everybody, if they're telling you anything, they're lying usually.
Yeah, that's also the other fun part.
Yeah. we do get a lot that ask. Day before yesterday, I put out something on our Facebook page as far as if anybody that's been fishing lately could give me some examples of the depth of the ice.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff. And just one person. And I said, and where, if you could, approximately, like, not to give away your hole, your fishing hole, but nobody wanted to say.
Yeah.
So people are calling on the phone wanting to know how thick the ice is. And I said, I can only tell you right in front of the marina because I haven't been able to go fishing myself.
That's good that you're proactive on that. I appreciate that. I think one of the big things is people need to know the depth of the ice. You obviously go out there, use your auger, you can see, and we've talked about what's safe and what's not safe.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe if it's, just a person. I wouldn't take a car or a truck out there, though.
Absolutely
And
not.
some people has, and it makes me really nervous.
Rich in Georgia, it's been a pleasure chatting with you about the Boysen Marina and ice fishing and winter activities out here. And I've heard you pour a great margaritas.
He pours them, I make them.
Yes, there you go. Teamwork right there. Things like this, the Ma and Pa atmosphere for Wind River Country, it's something that's to be cherished. I love it. And I'm not sure how much I'll make it outside, if at all, but I appreciate you guys.
Thank you for having us.
We have made the rounds across the lake here, and John Bass reminded me that there's 100 miles if you want to make it around the lake. But I'm here at the B&K. I have Jackie and Bruce with me. How are you two doing? Bruce?
100%.
He's ready to go out and plow some snow.
Yeah.
I got to get set up for tomorrow. Tomorrow's the big day.
What happens on Prize Day, basically, is what I call it, right?
What we have is we got the local donators. We got donations from the local
businesses and things.
Donators, and they donate to this. And then we sell the tickets at $10, and it's $10 for everybody, kids and all. In fact, the fun thing is, you should have been here a few minutes ago. We had that little kids in here, and we got good pictures of them. That is what you like to see.
Yeah. Jackie, I hear you're the lady who runs all the weigh-in and stuff, boss. Yeah, I've heard that from a few people.
I just put the weigh-ins in the computer. The girls behind the bar, they take care of the weighing the fish and marking them down and serving the beer and the whole 9 yards. We put everything in here, and then tomorrow we'll sort everything out. Hopefully it comes out right with the money, and pay 4 places. For each fish, we have 5 categories of fish. We pay 4 places for each category. And then at 2 o'clock, they start the drawing, and people have their tickets in the bucket at that time, and they get the really nice door prizes that people have sent in this year. Really nice ones.
Bruce, you get this place pretty packed, I hear. Is that about the most people you have in the B&Ks for this ice fishing derby?
Yeah, and they used to have fireworks here, but anyhow, we had better than 300 people here last year.
Oh, yeah.
How many entries did we have last year?
345 about.
Isn't it crazy, the difference in the weather? I was just on the other side of the lake. It was screaming. The snow was blowing. I couldn't feel my nose. Get over to this side at the B&K, and it's sunshine.
Yeah.
Nice, calm. Just 20 minutes away. So when you're ice fishing and you're visiting, that's a part of it, too. Bruce, how long have you lived in the area?
I was born in 1954, Riverton.
What's the biggest fish you've seen come out of here?
Walleye or what?
I don't know.
Oh, walleye's usually right around 7 pounds. It's probably the biggest one. The ling was over 7 pounds.
That's a big ling.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different species you can get around here, too. And with the ice fishing derby, I know there's different classifications that you can enter, including the smallest fish, right?
Have the largest fish and the smallest fish per species for the kids from 15 and under.
I feel like ice fishing is a great thing for families and young kids, too. It's something they can get into.
A lot of things few things for the kids. And soon we don't have a special category for the kids because we put them in an adult side. Everybody's got the same chance as the kids. In fact, we've had kids walk out of here with first place on a lot of different things. The whole deal, we made the rules. We started this in 98. Yeah.
They asked me yesterday, and I couldn't remember.
But we started it. They had the Wild West Carnival here, and then they fizzled out. And so Jackie and I, we've been putting it on, and it works out.
The Wyoming hunter and fishermen make a plaque for each one of the kids with the biggest fish and the smallest fish. So the kids really like that.
And they really care to the kids, too, big time.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun to watch them when you come in here, and they'll get their gifts or something. And it's 100% payback. We don't take nothing out of it.
Jackie, you've been around the area for a while, too. Hoping for 30 more years of this going on?
I told Bruce this might be my last year, so he better find somebody to replace me.
It's tough work sitting here and waiting for the weigh-ins. Do you get a lot of people who are heading to Yellowstone and Grand Teton that's by here?
Yep. Yeah, we got a good RV, good spot for RV during the summertime and all that.
It's nice to know you have some accommodations, like you mentioned, and obviously the ice and other things that people need when they are staying overnight or using their campers. It's nice to be able to have this place so close if you need something like that.
I don't know. That's what I got to go get. I got to go get fires.
Okay.
He's got garbage cans he sets up out here, and we've got a bunch of wood donated by neighbor down here. And
everybody will be outside, most of them.
They get those fires going in those garbage cans, and people love to just stand around there. And we have speakers outside, so he can announce in here, who's ever announcing, and they can hear it outside. So
yeah, it's really comfortable to see how many people.
All right, you two, thank you so much. Jackie, I'll let you get back to your job here of computer work. And Bruce, I don't know what you have going on, but you've got something.
I got to take this boy and put him to work.
There you go. Get this young man a job. All right, Bruce, we'll talk to you again, okay? Colt, what are you doing over here? You helping out?
Yeah,
What are you doing? What's your job?
I'm just cutting the tails off.
All right, what do you got right here in front of you you're going to cut?
A walleye.
You guys out fishing, having some fun?
I'm trying to stay warm, but yeah.
You look bundled up. You look like you have some good gear. So, did I hear you had a sauger? Oh, awesome.
That's one he caught.
And that's a big one, too. Good job. What's your name?
Wyatt.
Wyatt, you going to win some prizes tomorrow?
I'm going to try my best.
All right, I love it. Good. That's a good size sauger. Are they all slimy, buddy?
Yeah,
What's the weight there, buddy?
309.
Colt's doing a good job clipping those tails. Jackie, that's a good bucket of fish.
it's a good bucket of fish.
So they turn their tickets in when they bring their weigh-ins?
Turn those tickets in. They have to show them to us so we know that they're in the tournament, that they paid their $10 and are in the tournament. And then tomorrow they'll bring them in and put them in a bucket for their drawing.
What's he doing clipping the tails there?
We have to clip the tails so nobody else can catch them, or they can bring them back in and weigh them again.
One fish, one way.
One fish, one way. Is that a sauger?
The Ice Fishing Derby. It's been great to be out here for Wyoming's Wind River Country, Yellowstone's unique neighbor. And I can't wait for more adventures. We have many more adventures to come on the podcast. Please subscribe. Send us a message, windriver.org. I'm Charene, the Adventure Queen. And for the Wind River Visitors Council, I can't wait for our next adventure.
Thanks for tuning in to Wyoming's Wind River Country, Yellowstone's unique neighbor. Visit us at windriver.org and follow Wyoming's Wind River Country on Facebook and Instagram. This podcast has been brought to you by the Wind River Visitors Council.